Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was a highly successful animated film. Thought it was awesome. I like the effects. I like Miles Morales as a character, even though he is a little bit tokenized. Let's be honest right there. And I think it captured the hearts. Honestly, it was like a fresh take on the Spider-Man franchise as far as like feature films go. Introduced us to new characters, a whole new concept. It showed, Easter eggs and nods to previous films. I thought it was a fun little journey when it first came out. And you know what? Even though it wasn't officially a Marvel Studios film, I like that Sony still does its own thing on the side. And that was one of the few times where I feel Sony had a complete win. Well, now the upcoming sequel just had a trailer come out the other day. So this is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. And it's receiving backlash for allegedly pushing a woke agenda, which is a flag that was in the bedroom of Gwen Stacy that says protect trans kids. So here's a tweet from Bounding Into Comics, which is a website that covers a lot of the same similar topics that I like to look into, and I often give these guys credit of being a source for some of my content. You can see in this image, and we'll be zooming in a little bit, right here's a protect trans kids flag. And if we switch the tab, we can see a little bit closer. It's not as clear. It's not the best quality of a scene, but this is a scene in Gwen Stacy's room, who's the, I guess, love interest of Miles Morales. This flag basically has sparked controversy for allegedly promoting mutilation of children. When kids go through the, I guess, process of changing their gender, a lot of times they subject themselves to what is called body mutilation because they're removing specific parts of their bodies that we will not really talk about, but you get the idea here. A lot of these people that are giving backlash to this project are claiming that trans kids are not a real thing and that promotion of such an idea is harmful. Then you got people on the other side saying that it's just a small detail in the background of the film, that it's just appearing in the background and there's nothing to really worry about it. But when you think of the idea of what's out there, when you see like in the media and you see what is causing concern, and people are saying that pushing the idea of changing genders or drag shows or anything like that, it always has a sexual connotation at the back of it. Now, actually, this kind of touches on some of the Pokemon talk we had the other day on the channel, where people are like, "Why are they asking for gender pronouns at a Pokemon trading card event for children?" And you're right. In a small way, it's sexualizing children. It's giving these children, I guess, like a foot in to things that they shouldn't be concerned about, if you want to give it like that type of outlook. And that's why a lot of people are so anti, body mutilation for children, if that's what you call it, or anti-trans kid. I don't even know the fucking term, because I'm still diving my feet into this whole situation with this world too that we're seeing here. Basically, they're arguing that it promotes the idea that is harmful and considerable, like evil towards children in nature, because adults are grooming them basically. So you're setting up kids and you're grooming them to be sexualized essentially. So the controversy behind this flag has sparked a lot of debate. And you wouldn't think about it. I mean, you really have to have a sharp eye to really see it. When I initially saw the trailer, I did not notice it. But now that I read the article and stuff and took into account some of the debate that's going on, I firmly agree that when it comes to children and this situation, it is a slippery slope. But there's bigger issues behind it when it comes to the complications of transgender rights and the treatment of transgender children. I feel that children themselves, whether they're transgender or not, do not fully understand implications of anything sexual. All right? I also feel that it's a parent's responsibility to educate their children on sexual subjects, especially involving their private parts and things of that nature. It seems like now we have too many teachers focused on trying to get kids to discover what gender they are instead of teaching them arithmetic, and it's almost borderline like grooming in my opinion. Children can't fully understand the implications of putting breast on their bodies or cutting their breast off or removing their penis and having a sex change. They don't understand that this process is not natural, in my opinion. I know there's going to be a handful of people watching this that think otherwise, but let's be real. There's a deeper root issue that is being pushed onto children from people that are already fucking lost themselves. Like, if you don't know who you are, if you don't understand what you're supposed to be in life, if you have some kind of, I guess, mental roadblock, how are you going to push an ideology on top of somebody else? It's almost, and then there's guys that, yeah, they know better and stuff, but it's like they're prepping children for more disgusting things, in my opinion. So having this in a movie, it kind of does promote these political agendas, these social agendas that I feel don't belong in a children's movie. But hey, it's a modern movie, and I'm a fucking neckbeard that needs to stop being a bigot, and everybody that hates us needs to stop being bigots. It's we need to be able to tell kids that they could mutilate themselves, basically. I think this does have a good amount of controversy behind it. I think the power of media needs to be handled a little bit more responsibly, especially when it comes to being able to shape younger minds and perceptions. And I think that we need to be a little bit more careful with the messages that are put in our media. And obviously, we can't control it as a whole. It's up to parents to be responsible enough. If you hold a certain set of values, you need to really sit down with your children, because there's a lot of people out there, the media, what they watch on TV, their teachers, their friends, that are planting ideas in their heads. And at a young age, I feel that, again, the implications are not completely understood. As adults, if somebody's an adult and they feel comfortable making a decision, then more power to them. I don't want people to get this like, oh, 8-Bit Eric's against trans rights and trans people and this and that. No, I never said that. I'm against promoting this ideology to children. Let them be kids. Is what I personally think it should be. So, yeah, I wanted to talk about this. This story was making the rounds, and it is a little bit of a touchy subject, but it's in our media. It's in our nerd stuff. It's in something that it's in Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be pushing political agendas. But you have to shove it. They have to shove it, no matter what it is, in all of our media. So, let me know your thoughts, guys. I'll see you on the next one.